Hi everyone, today we are going to be looking at Twister OS, which is an operating system where you can twist to different themes and make your Pi look like these, or these, or these, or these, or these, or these, or these. This operating system also has a few other features which I will show you. So let's get right to the video. Okay, so the first step is pretty simple. You go to twisteros.com, click on download, then you can choose between TwisterOS and TwisterOS Lite. I'm going to go with the Lite version and click download. So I will have TwisterOS's website linked in the description, and this will just download here. We will come back when it is done. Okay, so this is downloaded. Now what you want to do is go to Raspberry Pi Imager. You can download that using the link in the description if you have not done so already. Now you click choose OS, you scroll down and you click use custom. Now you browse for the location. It will be saved in the downloads folder of the file. Okay, so I have 2.0.2, that's my version. Now you want to plug in a micro SD card or an SSD. Click choose storage and click that drive. Now click write. Click yes to confirm, and let's let this write. We will see you when it is done. Okay, so this is now verifying. I usually just skip the verifies in my videos just to make it a little bit quicker. But now we can remove our micro SD card from the reader. And now we can put it in our Raspberry Pi and turn our Pi on. Okay, let's turn this thing on right here. Okay, we are all booted up. We just need to do some setup. So we click next and we can launch Raspberry Pi configuration. And now we can do our setup here, so we can change our password if we'd like. And then we can go here. Now once we are done with that, we can click next again. And then if we are running on an older version, we can update it, but I'm running on the latest one. Click next and we're ready to go. So click get started. Now, TwisterOS has a lot of themes. So this is the default theme. This is the Lite version. It just comes with a couple programs installed. The other version has a lot of stuff, but we can look through here, and I can just get out of that by pressing escape. Now in the menu, we also have stuff right here. And so let's test this operating system. So we have our system gauges right here. This is only in the regular Twister themes. You can't do that in the other themes, which I will show you in a moment. But let's just test out some video playback. So TwisterOS is based on Raspberry Pi OS, and so it should have similar performance. However, it is using XFCE, a different desktop environment. So let's just test it out right here. So we can see we have our CPU gauges and such. Now let's play this video. We'll just take it full screen right here, and then let's right click and do stats for nerd. Now this video is not in full high definition, so we won't be able to get as accurate a reading, but let's just see how it does right here. So it's doing reasonably well, although not as good as Raspberry Pi OS. XFCE is a slightly heavier desktop environment, but I think that it is okay. It might be different in some of the different themes, although I would think the default probably is the best. So we have our different themes that we can select here. So we have light and dark version of TwisterOS, which is just the default one shown here. We're on the light version. Then these have light and dark as well, Twister 10, iTwister, and iTwister Sur. So Twister 10 looks like Windows 10, and then these two look like macOS. These ones look like other versions of Windows here. So let's start out with Twister 10 Lite, which looks like Windows 10. So it will twist here, and we can just press enter to restart. Okay, so we are restarted here, and this looks more like Windows 10. So we have this wallpaper, which is the TwisterOS logo instead of the Windows logo, but it is a similar kind of theme. If we go to the start menu here, we have a very nice start menu. And then I noticed the icons have changed recently. They are more like the insider builds of Windows, which will be the icons in the Sun Valley Windows update. So we have our new notepad icon, our new settings icon, and things like that. So I think this is a nice theme, the Windows one right here. And we have some other things. We have this notification area, looks like the action center. Well, the icon has the same functionality, but it doesn't actually pull it out like Windows. And we have all our stuff right here. And then we have this frequency monitor. This is on the other ones as well. And so we have some application shortcuts that look like the Windows one. So the icons, if we go, like for example, the icon for a web browser is the old Edge logo. I don't know why it's the old one. Anyway, let's move on to our next theme. So we can click next and let's try Twister XP. So this will look like Windows XP. Okay, so we are back here and this looks very much like Windows XP. We can see the Windows XP taskbar here. And we have our logos replaced by TwisterOS logos that look kind of similar. And we can see everything here. And so, like, I think this is a very good clone of Windows XP for the most part. And so let's go to the web browser and see how that looks. So that has the Windows XP bars here, but if we go to the terminal, we can see they're slightly different. They're more authentic here, and so the web browser uses kind of a different way of doing things, but these look just like Windows XP right here. Anyway, let's just see how these browses, since we haven't done that. We can go to raspberrypi.org. And it's just like Raspberry Pi OS. It's pretty quick. We can go to hardware. We can go all products. And we can click on the Raspberry Pi Pico. It seems to do pretty good. Now on to our next theme. Let's try this one, another Windows one. Now this looks interesting. We have the old Windows look right here. So this is an interesting font that they chose. So say we open this right here. It is, it looks like a font that doesn't have the anti-aliasing, but it is an interesting font. Anyway, so that is our theme right here. We can see everything is looking pretty good. We have our cloud wallpaper, just like it would be in Windows. Now let's move on to another theme. So we can see the fonts here. That is what I mean. And so now let's do Twister 7, another Windows one. Press enter, and here we are. So this is like Windows 7 right here. Everything's looking pretty good. We have a start menu similar to Windows XP, and we have our apps right here. So if we go to here, we can see that. Now this isn't an actual blur like Windows 7 would be on the title bars, but it looks not too bad. Now let's try some of the Mac themes. So now let's select another one. So we'll go to Theme Twister again, then we click Next, and then we are going to do these ones. So I'm going to do the light version of iTwister. So we will let this twist here and then press Enter to restart. Okay, so we are all booted up and we can check out this theme right here. And so we can see it is meant to look like macOS Catalina. And so we can take a look around. We have the launchpad right here, just like it would be on an actual Mac computer. So if we click on that, there is a little delay because it's actually launching a program. It's not a thing built into the desktop environment. But there are some things here, like the terminal. It's black instead of white like it normally is. But it looks fairly realistic. And we have our settings. This looks reasonably realistic as far as the layout and everything. Now let's try our other one. which is for Big Sur. So I'm going to go with the dark version of this. So here we are with the Big Sur-like operating system. We can see there are a couple things that have changed. One being the dock. It now has more rounded edges. And then let's take a look at our apps. I thought this would be a little more changed, but anyway, that is how it is. And so our Launchpad logo has changed as well. And we have, new icons for different things that are more like the newer ones. Anyway, so that is our final theme. And now let's go back to our original one. I'll go with the dark version this time because we haven't done that yet. So another feature I would like to mention is the fact that you can run Windows applications on these. I'm not going to be doing this right now, although I may make another video on that. But there are features to run Windows applications. So everyone, that is it for this video. Until next time, we will see you next time.